Hi friends, I am Gopal Chandra Jha and I welcome you to my YouTube channel Easy English Tutorial. Today I am going to teach you a very beautiful story. The story number 8, Reach for the Top. This story has two parts. In the first part we shall read about Santosh Yadav and in the second part we shall read about Maria Sharapova, the famous tennis player, the champion tennis player. So in the first part, let us read Santosh Yadav. The only woman in the world who has scaled Mount Everest twice was born in a society where the birth of a son was regarded as a blessing. So, the only woman refers to Santosh Yadav. She was born uh, in a family, she was born in a society where the birth of a son was regarded as a blessing. Okay, so Santosh Yadav is the woman who has scaled Mount Everest for two times, and she was born in a society where the birth of a son is regarded to be a blessing, and birth of a daughter, though not considered a curse, it was not generally a welcome. People did not like the birth of a daughter. The people did not like the birth of a girl child. They liked, they welcomed the birth of a male child. When her mother was expecting Santosh, when her mother was about to give birth to Santosh, when her mother was about to give birth of Santosh, a traveling holy man, that is a mendicant, okay, a saintly person, giving her his blessing. While he was giving her blessing to her, assumed that she wanted a son. This holy man thought that she wanted a son. But to everyone's surprise, the unborn children's grandmother, who was standing close by, told him that they did not want a son. So, this traveling holy man, he assumed, he thought that uh, the mother of the unborn child wanted a son. But to everyone's surprise, the unborn child's grandmother, who was standing close by, told him that they did not want a son, they wanted a daughter. The holy man was very surprised to hear this. Nevertheless, he gave the requested blessing. Nevertheless, the holy man gave the requested blessing. That is, he blessed them that they would have a girl child born in their house. And as destiny would have it, as it was in the destiny, as it was written in the destiny, the blessing seemed to work. The blessing of the holy man worked. And Santosh was born the sixth child in the family with five sons. Santosh was born as the sixth child in the family. Okay, Santosh was born as the sixth child in a family with five sons. There were five sons in that family. Santosh was the sixth child. A sister to so Santosh was a sister to five brothers. She had five brothers, and after five brothers, she was the sixth child of her parents. She was born in the small village of Joniawas of Rewari district in Haryana. Where was Santosh born? Santosh was born in a small village of Joniawas of Rewari district in Haryana. The girl was given the name Santosh. She was named Santosh. The girl was given the name Santosh, which means contentment. What does Santosh mean? It means contentment. But Santosh was not always content. Santosh was not always content with her place in a traditional way of life. She did not like the traditional way of life. She did not want to live a traditional way of life. She began living life on her own terms from the start. Santosh started living her life on her own conditions, on her own terms. She started living as she liked. Where other girls wore traditional Indian dresses, Santosh preferred shorts. Where other girls wore traditional Indian dresses, Santosh liked to wear shorts, small pants. Uh, Looking back, she says, from the very beginning, I was quite determined that if I chose a correct and a rational path, the others around me had to change, not me. So, looking back or remembering her past, Santosh says that from the very beginning she was quite determined that if she chose a correct and a reasonable, that is a rational path, the other people around her had to change. They would definitely change. Not she. She would not have to change her ideas. She would not have to change her preference. The people around her would change. Santosh's parents were affluent landowners who could afford to send their children to the best schools, even to the country's capital. Santosh's parents were rich or wealthy landowners. They were wealthy landlords and they could afford, they had the money, they could spend money on their children and send them to the best schools, even in New Delhi, even to the country's capital. They were capable to educate their children even in the capital of India, that is in New Delhi. They were capable to do that. They had so much wealth, which was quite close by. New Delhi was very close to their house, Haryana, but in line with the prevailing custom in the family. But it was the custom in the family, it was the prevalent custom in the family that Santosh had to make do with the local village school. It was a custom in their family that Santosh had to study in the local school. So she decided to fight the system in her own quiet way when the right moment arrived. Therefore, when the right moment, the right time arrived, Santosh decided to fight the system of her family quietly. She wanted to fight the system of her house quietly. And the right moment came when she turned 16. And when did the right moment come? The right moment came when she turned 16. At 16, most of the girls in her village used to get married. At 16, most of the girls in her village used to get married. Santosh was also under pressure. Santosh Yadav was also pressurized by her parents to get married. A marriage as early as that was the last thing on her mind. As a marriage was the last thing in Santosh's mind. Okay, she threatened her parents that she would never marry if she did not get a proper education. Santosh Yadav threatened her parents She told her parents that she would never marry if she did not get a proper education. She left home and got herself enrolled in a school in Delhi. She left her home and went to New Delhi and got herself enrolled. That is, she took admission to a school in New Delhi. When her parents refused to pay for her education, she politely informed them of her plans to earn money by working part time to pay her school fees. So she left home and went to New Delhi, and there she got herself enrolled in a school. When her parents learnt about this, they refused to pay for her education, they refused to pay her school fees and the other expenditures. But she politely informed them of her plans to earn money by working part time to pay her school fees. She told her parents that she would work part time and earn money to pay her school fees. Her parents then agreed to pay for her education. Then, when she told her parents that she did not want their money to pay her school fees, but she herself would work, she herself would do part time work and earn money and pay her school fees, her parents agreed to pay for her education. Wishing always to study a bit more, and with her father slowly getting used to her urge for more education, Santosh Jadhav always wanted to study a bit more, and gradually her father also got used to her urge for more education. Santosh Jadhav wanted to study more and more, and gradually her father also got used to her wish. Santosh passed the high school examination and went to Jaipur. She passed the high school examination and went to Jaipur. She joined Maharani College and got a room in Kasturba Hostel. So, Santosh passed the high school examinations and went to Jaipur. There, she joined the Maharani College. Okay, there she joined Maharani College and got a room in Kasturba Hostel. Santosh remembers Kasturba Hostel faced the Aravali Hills. I used to watch villagers from my room getting up the hill and suddenly vanishing after a while. Santosh remembers that her hostel faced the Aravali Hills, and she used to watch villagers from her room going up the hill and suddenly vanishing, that is, suddenly disappearing after a while, after some time. One day I decided to check it out myself. One day Santosh decided to check herself what these people were doing on the Aravali Hills. I found nobody except a few mountaineers. When she herself went to them, she found nobody except a few mountaineers. Only some mountaineers were there. Mountaineers are the people who climb mountains. I asked if I could join them. Santosh asked those mountaineers if she could join them. That is, if she could also climb mountains with them. To my pleasant surprise, they answered in the affirmative and motivated me to take to climbing. Santosh says, Santosh says that to her pleasant surprise, those mountaineers, those mountaineers answered in the affirmative. That is, they allowed her and motivated her to take to climbing. Then there was no looking back for this determined young girl. Santosh says that after that there was no looking back. She never looked back in life. She saved money and enrolled in a course at Uttarkashi's Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. Santosh saved money and got her and took admission to a course at Uttarkashi's Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. She took admission to Uttarkashi's Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. My college semester in Jaipur was to end in April. Her college semester in Jaipur was to end in April, but it ended on the 19th of May. Her college semester in Jaipur was to end in April, but it ended on the 19th of May. And I was supposed to be in Uttarkashi on the 21st. She was supposed to be in Uttarkashi on the 21st. So I did not go back home. So since she was supposed to be on Uttarkashi on 21st, she did not go back home. Instead, I headed straight for the training. So she did not go back home. She went straight for the training. I had to write a letter of apology to my father, without whose permission I had got myself enrolled at Uttarkashi. She had to write uh, an apology letter, a letter of apology to her father because she had got herself enrolled at Uttarkashi without his consent or without his permission. Thereafter, Santosh went on an expedition every year. After that, Santosh went on an expedition every year. Her climbing skills matured rapidly. Rapidly, her climbing skills matured. She became a matured mountaineer. Also, she developed a remarkable resistance to cold and altitude. She also developed a remarkable resistance to cold and the altitude. Equipped with an iron will, that is, equipped with a strong willpower, physical endurance, and an amazing mental toughness. She proved herself repeatedly. She again and again proved herself. She was equipped with a strong will, a strong physical endurance, and an amazing mental toughness, amazing, surprising mental strength. She proved herself again and again. The culmination of her hard work had since and sincerity came in 1992. That is, culmination means climax. The climax of her hard work and sincerity came in 1992. She, just 4 years after she had shyly asked the Aravali mountaineers if she could join them. So in 1992 came the culmination of her hard work and sincerity. It was just 4 years after when she shyly had asked the mountaineers on the Aravali hills if she could join them. At barely 20 years of age, that time she was only 20 years of age, Santosh Yadav scaled Mount Everest. Only at 20 years of age, she climbed Mount Everest, becoming the youngest woman in the world to achieve this feat. She became the youngest woman to do this adventurous work to achieve this feat. If her climbing skills, physical fitness, and mental strength impressed her seniors. So, what impressed her seniors? Her climbing skills, physical fitness, and mental strength impressed her seniors. Her concerns for others and desire to work together with them found her a special place in the hearts of fellow climbers. Thereafter, Santosh went on expedition every year. She went on expedition every year. Her climbing skills matured rapidly. She developed a remarkable resistance to cold and altitude, equipped with an iron wheel that is equipped with a strong will, physical endurance. Physical endurance means the ability of her body to bear pain, and an amazing mental toughness, a surprising mental strength. She proved herself repeatedly. So, equipped with an iron will, physical endurance, and an amazing mental toughness, she proved herself again and again. The culmination of her hard work, that is, the climax of her hard work and sincerity, came in 1992, just 4 years after shyly, she had hesitatingly asked the Aravalli mountaineers if she could join them. So in 1992, it was just 4 years after when she had asked the mountaineers on the Aravalli Hills if she could join them. At barely 20 years of age, she was only 20 years of age when she scaled Mount Everest. She climbed Mount Everest. When she climbed Mount Everest, she was only 20 years of age. So, in this way, she became the youngest woman in the world to achieve the feat. So Santosh Yadav became the youngest woman in the world to scale Mount Everest. If her climbing skills, physical fitness, and mental strength impressed her seniors, her concern for others and desire to work together with them found her a special place in the hearts of his fellow climbers. During the 1992 Everest mission, Santosh Yadav provided special care to a climber who lay dying at the south col. So, during the 1992 Everest mission, Santosh Yadav provided special care to a climber who lay dying, that is, who was dying at the south col. She was unfortunately unsuccessful in saving him. However, she could not save him. However, she managed to save another climber. She could not save the man in the south col. However, she managed to save another climber, Mohan Singh, who would have met with the same fate. He would have died if she had not shared her oxygen with her, with him. Within 12 months, Santosh Yadav found herself a member of the Indo-Nepalese women's expedition that invited her to join them. Within 12 months, Santosh found herself a member of an Indo-Nepalese women's expedition team that invited her to join them. She then scaled the Everest a second time. After this, she climbed the Mount Everest for the second time, thus getting a record as the only woman to have scaled the Everest twice. So, in this way, she set a record as the only woman in the world to have scaled the Mount Everest two times, and securing for herself and India a unique place in the annals in the history of mountaineering. She scaled the Mount Everest for two times and secured for herself and India a unique place in the history of mountaineering in recognition of her achievements. To honor her achievements, the Indian government bestowed upon her one of the nation's top honors. Indian governments honored Santosh Yadav with one of its top Awards, Padma Shri, describing her feelings when she was literally on top of the world. Santosh had said, "It took some time for the enormity of the moment to sink in. Then I unfurled the Indian tricolor and hailed it aloft on the roof of the world. The feeling is indescribable. The Indian flag was flying on top of the world. It was truly a spiritual moment. I felt proud as an Indian. Also, a fervent environmentalist. She is also a fervent, that is, an energetic environmentalist. She is also a true and sincere environmentalist. Santosh collected and brought down 500 kilograms of garbage from the Himalayas. So, dear children, this was the explanation of the story. Santosh Yadav. Now you required to do the question answer. So after this, please do the question answer. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please like, subscribe and share it. Thank you very much.